Have you tried amazing customer service via social media? Oh, it's the new thing. Well, actually, it's not new, but it might be new to you if you've not tried it. It's an eye-opener. You'd be amazed. But anyway, this is the Marketing for Owners podcast. This is me. This is John Butt. And I'm going to help you improve your customer services. Now, to be honest, there's lots and lots of different social media. Of course, you got Snapchat, Instagram, all of it. But for this, to be honest, Twitter is the most effective in my experience and in the experience of many others because of the way it works and it can be used. Of course, Facebook is there too, but much of them use the same basic principles. So I'm just going to give you some tips. But like I said, there are the others. I mean, you're unlikely to do customer service via Snapchat. If you can, good luck to you. We're not trying it just anytime soon in my business. So first one, above and beyond everything else, reply quickly. So if you can reply quickly, that is going to be impressive in itself. Let me give you an example. On the time of recording this, a week ago, I was told something I'd ordered would be dispatched on using first class post, which in the UK means the next day. A week later, it hadn't arrived. I sent in a ticket, and that company has not replied to my ticket, which is asking where my coffee is. Now, I'm actually quite nice about it. But the last time I put a ticket into them, they took 4 days to reply. And on their contact page, it actually has the message of, we are very experienced large volumes at the moment, we're very busy. So in other words, to me, it says, we're getting loads of complaints, so bear with us. Just respond quickly. I don't care how many. If you've got too many responses, you need more people on it. Okay, people use social media because they want an instant response. They are not going to be impressed with the, sorry, we're short-staffed, sorry, we've had a lot of inquiries, sorry, we've been busy. Just get on it. Just, even if you're going to say, sorry, we're a bit behind, can I get back to you tomorrow on this? Yeah, you get what I mean? The other one, if you're going to get more than a couple of replies on this kind of thing, if it's quite a bigger business, grab grab a different handle, a different Twitter handle. So it might be, say if you were marketing for owners, you might be MFO team or MFO service. Something like that. If you look at a lot of the bigger companies like Microsoft and the airlines, quite often they will have a second one, so it's very clear. In fact, the ones that do it brilliantly quite often even have one for each of the team that handle the inquiries on Twitter. Of course, that generally, I think, was it Comcast? Might have been one of the big ones for that. That generally means they're getting a lot of inquiries. But of course, if you answer the inquiries quickly, and if you encourage people to use it, then people will. Now, another one, talking about different handles, use names. So when you reply to someone, first of all, try and find out what their name is. If they've got a weird Twitter handle, it's going to say that. So try and find out what their name is. If the name happens to be John, add the name John as well to make it look like you found out who they are. And at the end, put a little dash, your name. And so that when they reply, they don't know how many people are doing this at your end. There is nothing more annoying than when you contact customer service. Again, another example. This was actually this morning. I was on the phone, phoning up a potential supplier, and she was just in the middle of cutting off, of asking me some questions, and the phone cut off. So I waited a little while. I waited a couple of minutes to see if she'd just ring me back, and she didn't. I rang them, and the first thing someone said is, "What's the name?" I said, "I don't know. It never even occurred to me there might be lots of people." And she said it could have been any one of 100. Great, eh? So use names. Now, the other one is you can track Mentions. So if somebody mentions your name, you can set up alerts. You should be doing this anyway, using Google Alerts or Twitter Alerts. You can set it up when people not only mention your brand, your name, well, one of your products, but also the keywords that are used in your industry. So if you're in the window industry or something in an area, and this is the thing, you can track this by the area. You can actually do what's called geo filtering, which means you can set a radius. If you're a local business, you only operate within 20 miles, then you don't want to talk to everyone in the whole world, perhaps. So just set a radius so it only gives alerts within a certain geographical area or a town or a region or within a radius of 20 miles. And then you could track, in the UK we call it double glazing. So if you track that term double glazing, you might find someone who's got problems and issues with their supply, and you might jump in and support them or offer them some help or some advice, and you might be able to get a customer as well. This is in addition to customer service. You're giving customer service before they're even a customer. How impressive would that be? Now, how about taking it offline? Now, when you are dealing with someone, when you are talking with them on those issues, when you've got some customer service issues, remember, you are talking publicly. Take it offline or take it off public Twitter. You can move to direct message, to DMs. You can give them a phone number and or direct number, ask them to call you, or you can ask them. Better still, don't, in fact, ignore that. Don't ask them to do something. You do it. Say, can you DM me with your number and I'll ring you immediately. Not tomorrow, not in a couple of days, immediately. Or can you DM me your email and I will get this sorted. Can you DM me your order number? I will look into it, and with your phone number, and then I'll call you back. Something like that. Take it off. Don't leave it out in public. Now, if someone has given a very, very public, had a go at you and been very nasty, then this is your opportunity. So publicly apologise, because negative feedback is going to happen. All right, and this is your opportunity. This is the best. If you've got negative feedback, your opportunity is to spin it and have loads of people see how you turn that around and what a wonderful company you are. So if that happens, admit your error, apologize profusely, never add the little but it, yeah. So in we sell fire safety stuff. Almost every single complaint is due to our carriers. We cannot say that, however, it's down to our carriers, or it's not our fault, or it's out of our hands, or it's fine when it left ours. We pick the carriers, we sent it. We don't have a lot of choice in the ones we can use because of the goods we send. They don't care. They don't care. It's not their problem. So remember, don't add little digs, don't blame others, but spin it around, but apologise and say as a thing, if you can DM me your order number, I will make sure that the goods are credited in full, the postage is credited, and we'll allow you to keep the goods as a goodwill gesture. Something like that. It's like advertising, public advertising, but better. Remember, so dive straight into negative thing, accept, face it, but spin it. And the final one is just go above and beyond what others do. Make that extra effort. Be nice, be polite, be lovely. Just go above and beyond. Before you reply, look up their website, see what they do, make a little comment to make it obvious that you've made an effort. Okay. Now, talked about making an effort. Well, actually nothing to do with making an effort. This is Thursday, so it's time for a Drive Time podcast. One of my all-time business favourite podcasts is an Aussie. It's good old Timbo Reid, or Tim Reid. It's called Small Business Big Marketing. Now this one is so good that they actually play it on Qantas in Australia on flights. It's that good. Tim is brilliant. He's been doing this for years and he's so funny. Lovely guy. So Small Business, Big Marketing, Tim Reed, you've got to listen to that. Talk about got to listen. Tomorrow is our ones to watch, and tomorrow we have the lovely pink-haired Taz Thornton. She is wonderful. You will enjoy it. Listen to Taz Thornton tomorrow. Let me know what you think. See you soon.